Now, there's a debate going on between the Kikuyu musicians and celebrities against Mount Kenya people and also Gashagwa. And as you know, at the moment, it is Gashagwa who is the kingpin of Mount Kenya. And in 2027, if you are from Mount Kenya, you are vying for a seat, and you are not in Gashagwa's ship, you will sink. He has fenced Mount Kenya completely. Now, last week, musicians and other celebrities visited Kindiki in Karen, where they talked a lot. I guess the government wants to separate. In fact, they want to alienate Gashagwa. They don't want politicians to follow him. They don't want musicians to follow him. They don't want church leaders to follow him. They want to leave him alone. That's why anybody who is close to Gashagwa is arrested or something is done to him so that they can be scared. Now, about the musician, Gashagwa warned those who visited the deputy president that if you're not going to retreat, if you're not going to reconsider your position, you are going to lose support. And you know, most of those musicians and philanthropists get most of the support from the Kikuyu. Now, this one is worrying to them. And as you know, I've looked at some of those ones who visited Kindiki. Some of them survive on fundraising. You have 1 million followers on Facebook. You have an ID case. You fundraise. You raise 2 million shillings. You deliver 1.5 million, and the rest is yours. That's how they survive. And if you're very careful, you realize that most of them don't have business. Those guys survive on those fundraising. Now, if they are following the government, it means they are going to lose popularity in Mount Kenya. Because from last year, 2024, Mount Kenya stopped supporting the president since June last year. I think you know what happened. And the president should come up with a strategy to win them back. Now, anybody who is seen with the president automatically becomes unpopular in the region. And these philanthropists, if they become unpopular, it means they are not going to get their daily bread. Even if they want to fundraise, the Mount Kenya people will never contribute. And you know, Mount Kenya people are emotional. That's why they contribute a lot. That's why they have made those guys celebs. People just, their work is to come online, come with a case where someone is maybe sick, and within a short period or within a day, they have earned millions. So this one is very worrying. And even Samido and other musicians who are very popular in Mount Kenya, they have been told, if you continue supporting the government, then we are not going to attend your your functions, your performance. They're not going to pay you, are not going to support you. And as you know, those artists don't have support beyond Mount Kenya. It's only Kikuyu who listen to their songs. It's not like the Luo musicians where any tribe can listen to their songs. So if that will be the case, then they're going to lose a lot of money, and they'll be forced to support Gachagua by force. So the president has got difficult time, and going forward, you'll find it very hard to convince. And I know, if you don't know, there are politicians who are supporting the president at the moment, especially governors and MPs, because they fear if they follow Gachagua, they'll find themselves in court. Others are corrupt. So they're waiting until 2027, early 2027, for them to decamp, for them to join Gachagua in numbers, because they know if you're not going to be behind Gachagua, you're not going to be re-elected. And that will happen in the entire Mount Kenya region. And even in Kisii, if you are not behind Matiang'i, it's very hard for you to be re-elected or to be elected. So these musicians, the only thing they have, or the only option they have, and these philanthropists, is to either support Gachagua or lose their support. And let me assure you, even if Gachagua decides to start supporting the government, still it will go alone. Mount Kenya people will never support him, will never follow him. And in Mount Kenya, they don't follow leaders. It is the leaders who follow their direction. And be assured, in 2027, even if the president does what in Mount Kenya, it will be very, very difficult for him to get votes from the region. So all these, the deputy president moving there and having those chamas groups, female groups, border and whatever, they will never yield anything. They'll eat the money and still vote against Ruto. The only thing that can save him, is reacting. And the techniques that he's using are old school. Like just giving handouts and also intimidating leaders who are supporting Gachagua. That is old school. The only thing that can help him is to go and finish the projects Uhuru started, and also implement those projects that he promised in 2022. But giving handouts will never be a solution in Mount Kenya. So even most of the Kenyans, the reason why they are not really excited about the president is because the projects that are being done is not what Kenyans want. Basically, something like affordable housing, if you build in Mukuru slum, affordable housing, those people paying 2,000 in Mukuru, what they're lacking is not houses, it is employment. Most of them are doing casual jobs where they earn today, tomorrow they don't earn. So that's why they go for cheap houses. So if someone can get a decent salary, let's say 50,000, 70,000, even 30,000, you'll never find them in Mukuru slums. So affordable houses in Mukuru slums are not targeting those people who are living there. In fact, those ones who are going to occupy are people who are paying something like 10,000, 7,000, 8,000, 15,000, are the ones who are going to occupy those houses. So it means the projects which are being implemented are not exciting Kenyans. Kenyans want to see projects which affect them directly. So basically, this is what is happening. Even to musicians, even anyone who is going to support the government is going to see rough until the government implements the projects which they promised, especially in Mount Kenya. It will be very, very difficult. And in 2027, if all these opposition leaders agree to support one person, then it will be a landslide victory.